Is it true you find lost people?
Yes.
My sister. She disappeared a week ago.
At last, I would be a detective in my own right, worthy of the Holmes name.
Enola Holmes 3 is officially on the way. That means we're in for another exciting adventure with our favorite literary icon, Sherlock Holmes, but with a fresh twist. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's stories have been captivating readers for ages, and now Netflix is bringing us a modern take on the Holmes legacy. Now, when we say legacy, we're talking about a seriously big deal. Sherlock Holmes has been the inspiration behind countless movies, TV shows, and even video games. Seriously, there are too many adaptations to even keep track of, but some stand out more than others. Remember those action-packed Sherlock Holmes movies with Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law? Oh, and who could forget Benedict Cumberbatch's genius portrayal in the BBC series Sherlock? But Netflix stepped up to the plate with their own twist on the Holmes universe, Enola Holmes. Instead of focusing on Sherlock himself, we get to follow his younger sister Enola, played by the talented Millie Bobby Brown. In the first two movies, we saw Enola on a mission to find her missing mom, all while dodging Sherlock's attempts to keep her out of trouble. And now, in Enola Holmes 3, the adventure continues. Enola's sleuthing skills are put to the test once again as she helps a runaway lord while outsmarting her big brother Sherlock. It's a daring tale full of mystery, wit, and plenty of surprises. So, get ready to dive back into the world of Enola Holmes as we eagerly await the release of the third installment. Trust me, it's going to be one wild ride. Let's start with who will star in Enola Holmes 3. Enola Holmes 3 just wouldn't feel right without Millie Bobby Brown rocking the lead role. And it's no surprise that the Enola Holmes series calls Netflix home, considering it's where Millie's journey to stardom began with her breakout performance as 11 in the mega hit Stranger Things. Of course, we can't forget about Henry Cavill, the Man of Steel himself, who's likely reprising his grumpy yet lovable Sherlock Holmes. And let's not overlook Himesh Patel, who probably is returning as Dr. John Watson's Enola Holmes franchise counterpart. Helena Bonham Carter, the talent behind Eudoria Holmes, is probably making a comeback too. And hey, there's a chance we might see Sam Claflin as Mycroft Holmes again, despite missing out on Enola Holmes 2. Director Harry Bradbeer seems keen on bringing him back, so fingers crossed. And let's not overlook Sharon Duncan Brewster, who's likely to reprise her role as Moriarty. After all, every good Holmes story needs a worthy adversary. Plus, we can expect to see familiar faces like Lewis Partridge as Tewkesbury, Susan Wokoma as Edith, and Adeel Akhtar as Lestrade making a return. Alright, let's catch up on the Enola Holmes story so far. In the first film, we meet Enola, who's quite the storyteller. She introduces us to her world, where her mother, Eudoria, suddenly vanishes. Enola's on a mission to find her, but her older brothers, Sherlock and Mycroft, aren't exactly on board with her detective plans. They think she's too young and inexperienced. But Enola's determined and sets out on her own investigation. Along the way, she discovers her mom's involvement with a women's rights group called the Holy Trinity. Despite some bumps in the road, Enola and Eudoria reunite. They part ways again, each pursuing their own dreams, but knowing they've got each other's backs. Now, in Enola Holmes 2, Enola's fully embraced her detective skills and opened her own practice. She's still got some tension with Sherlock, but they put that aside when their cases intersect. Turns out, they're both tracking the same baddie, Moriarty. This sneaky villain is up to no good, but Enola and Sherlock team up to take her down. They succeed, but Moriarty slips away at the end, leaving us hungry for more adventures with the Holmes family. Enola Holmes 2 definitely had its fair share of surprises, not just for Enola, but for Sherlock and fans of Arthur Conan Doyle's stories as well. While it wrapped up its main mystery, it left us with a few lingering questions and unresolved mysteries that could pave the way for an exciting Enola Holmes 3. Will Tewkesbury become Enola's sidekick? Enola Holmes 2 introduced us to Viscount Tewkesbury, who stumbled into Enola's life while on the run from someone hired to end his. Enola's keen detective skills helped uncover a sinister plot orchestrated by his own grandmother, aimed at thwarting his political ambitions. In the sequel, Tewkesbury returns as a reformed figure in the House of Lords, passionately advocating for change. But amidst the intrigue and danger, he also finds himself smitten with Enola. Their relationship blossoms throughout the film, culminating in them admitting their feelings for each other. By the end of Enola Holmes 2, Tewkesbury proves to be a valuable ally to Enola and Sherlock, assisting them in unraveling the mysteries they face. With their bond solidified, it's possible Tewkesbury could evolve into Enola's trusted sidekick, akin to Sherlock's dynamic with Dr. Watson. Where's Mycroft Holmes? In the world of Enola Holmes, we can't forget about Sherlock's big brother, Mycroft. He's the eldest of the Holmes siblings and played a significant role in the first movie. When their mom, Eudoria, went missing, Mycroft stepped up to take care of Enola. He's all about tradition and wanted Enola to have a proper education, which put him at odds with her adventurous spirit. But in the sequel, Mycroft was noticeably absent. Behind the scenes, actor Sam Claflin wasn't available to reprise his role. So in the story, it's left open-ended where Mycroft went. Maybe he's off on his own adventures, or perhaps he's caught up in some Holmes family drama elsewhere. Either way, it's clear that the relationship between Mycroft, Enola, and Sherlock is still a bit rocky. Why does Eudoria keep leaving her daughter? In Enola Holmes 2, we delve deeper into the mystery surrounding Eudoria's sudden departure on Enola's 16th birthday. Despite leaving behind cryptic clues and flower cards, the film fails to fully explain the reasons behind Eudoria's involvement with militant suffragettes, or the significance of the bombs they were constructing. This leaves audiences wondering about Eudoria's true intentions and the ultimate purpose of her actions. Even upon her return at the end of Enola Holmes, Eudoria remains enigmatic, providing no answers to the pressing questions surrounding her departure. In Enola Holmes 2, her brief reappearance raises more questions than answers, as she orchestrates Enola's escape from jail alongside fellow suffragette Edith, only to disappear once again without offering any explanation. What does John Watson's introduction mean for Sherlock Holmes? In a surprising twist at the end of Enola Holmes 2, we were introduced to another familiar character from the Sherlock Holmes universe, Dr. Watson. When Sherlock expects to meet Enola but finds a stranger at his door instead, claiming that Enola sent him as a potential flatmate, Sherlock realizes what his sister has done and allows Watson into his life. Watson's sudden appearance raises intriguing possibilities for the future of the Enola Holmes series. His introduction hints at a more faithful adaptation of the classic Sherlock Holmes stories, with Sherlock now potentially accompanied by his loyal sidekick and best friend Watson. This opens up exciting prospects for future Enola Holmes movies, which could explore the dynamic between Sherlock and Watson in more depth. Watson's unexpected arrival might even pave the way for spin-offs centered around this particular iteration of Sherlock and Watson, offering fans a fresh perspective on their legendary partnership. Will other Sherlock Holmes characters be introduced? The addition of Moriarty and John Watson to the Enola Holmes universe opens up exciting possibilities for future movies. While introducing more characters from Conan Doyle's Sherlock Holmes stories could potentially divert attention from Enola and her cases, the key lies in adapting these characters to serve Enola's story, much like how Moriarty was incorporated as a villain for both Enola and Sherlock. Characters such as Irene Adler, Mary Morstan, and Colonel Sebastian Morin could make their debut in Enola's world, enriching her adventures with new challenges and dynamics. Among them, Morin stands out as Moriarty's right-hand man in the books, making him a likely candidate for future appearances. By weaving these characters into Enola's narrative in meaningful ways, future movies can maintain focus on her while still exploring the rich tapestry of the Sherlock Holmes universe. Well, that's it for today. Who do you think will join Enola on her next adventure, and what challenges will they face together? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's unravel the mysteries of Enola Holmes 3 together. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you at the next one.